For acute illness, we typically use the chicken soup drip, which is a modified Myers cocktail, which many are familiar with. It contains all of the B vitamins, vitamin C, magnesium, calcium. We use that particular drip. It has a lot of applications. We use it for what people commonly know our industry for now, which is hangover recovery, but really it has a lot more applications than that. We are getting a lot of referrals from urgent care centers and from emergency rooms where patients are requiring hydration either because they're acutely dehydrated or they're sick with the stomach flu or they're getting over the stomach flu, or maybe they even have a more acute dehydration for another reason that's related to even a chronic illness. And it really isn't warranted for them to go to the hospital or to go to the emergency room where they're going to pay anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 or more for an IV and sit in the hospital for hours. It's a drain on the industry. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and it's just not necessary. The second division of the brand would be athletic recovery, and that what we found in our business is that we have a variety of athletes that come in. We have anything from professional athletes. We take care of many of the players on the professional teams here in the Tampa Bay area. But in addition to that, we take care of the weekend warriors and the athletic trainers in the area, and even those people who are golfers, very serious golfers on the weekend here in Florida. It's hot, as well as just people that are working out 3 and 4 days a week trying to keep up with a busy lifestyle and have very serious athletic goals that they're trying to achieve. And so the athletic recovery drip, which is our best-selling drip that we're most famous for, is called the Program. And that is a modified Myers cocktail with additional vitamins and minerals in it to improve muscle recovery time and to improve hydration. That's very much tailored to the particular athlete. We use an antioxidant at the end of that drip called glutathione, and that has been shown to improve skeletal muscle recovery, as well as the conversation between the nerves and the muscles. The third division of the brand is the Cosmetic Advantage division of the brand, and our signature drip for that division is the Fountain of Youth. And that drip contains all of the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that have been shown to improve complexion and reverse some of the signs of aging. Those would typically be some of your B vitamins, your vitamin C, and of course your glutathione. I think the most beneficial part of that drip is probably the synergistic combination of the ingredients in my formula. But also the hydration in and of itself helps people to battle some of the signs of fatigue and fatigued looking skin. The fourth division of the brand, which is overall wellness, is the division of the brand that probably has, I would say, the broadest of application. What we find is that once people have been in for the treatment of an acute illness, once people have been in for athletic recovery because they're running a triathlon or they have an event coming up, we find that our people are so interested in wellness, in overall wellness, and are motivated to improve their body from the inside out that they want to go on a program that's consistent. And so the wellness division of the brand is tailored to the patient, but the signature drip is the Revitalive, which is all of the B vitamins and the electrolytes and the fluids. And people come in anywhere from once a week to every other week on a consistent basis to combat anything from malabsorptive problems. For example, we have a number of patients that come in that have Crohn's disease, to what may be known in the wider community as POTS disease, postural or orthostatic hypotension syndrome. We have people that come in that have chronic migraines, and we will tailor their drip more toward not just the B vitamins, but add magnesium. And so the wellness part of the brand has very broad uses, and I could go on and on about those, probably almost indefinitely. For example, we have one customer that came in that a gentleman in his late 40s, starting to feel the signs of being in his late 40s, more tired, more fatigue, not really well connected into a primary care physician that he liked, trying to exercise but struggling with some chronic pain issues from degenerative joint disease. And we initially started him on a wellness program that included pretty much everything we have to kind of get him feeling better immediately. And this is probably our classic story. So now this person goes from feeling fatigued to feeling like he has a ton more energy, to now working out with a trainer between 3 and 4 days a week, losing 17 pounds of body fat. Interestingly enough, noticing that his hair is darker, which we believe that is an effect of the glutathione. Also improved sleep and less joint pain, and now is connected not just to us, but to all of our partners in the area. So a new and fantastic concierge primary care physician, connecting to other wellness treatments in the community to help keep him from having to have knee replacements. And this is our classic customer. We do have other very similar stories that kind of take a different route. We'll take a female patient in her early 30s, Crohn's disease, struggling with chronic fatigue, not being able to absorb many of the vitamins that she's taking orally, and always having stomach pain, not being able to eat anything, sort of doing the bare minimum at work, not being able to keep up with any kind of exercise regimen whatsoever, to now being able to enjoy life, coming in sort of downtrodden and just barely functioning, to now popping in the door with a smile on her face, coming in to get her drip every 2 weeks, able now to go out and enjoy life, be more functional at work, actually starting an exercise program, and now looking into what else can I do to improve the way that my body is absorbing its food. Because once you start to feel better, you're going to get motivated to continue a wellness program that's even more comprehensive. A very good example of our athletic recovery treatment is we have a gentleman that comes in. He's a business executive, works extremely long hours, in his early to mid 30s, and interestingly enough is in a stair stepping competition on the weekends, and wants to beat everybody in his stair stepping club that happen to be his colleagues and people that he work with. So he has something to prove there, which is great, which is fantastic. But at age 37 years old, you're definitely not going to be able to climb as many steps in most instances as the 27-year-old guy that hasn't been out entertaining customers and clients the night before over 2 or 3 bottles of wine. So we have this gentleman come in, he starts getting our IVs and goes on to the athletic recovery program because his big goal is to improve his stair stepping competition. First weekend out, climbed more stairs than he ever climbed even in the last 5 years of doing this competition. So there's a very example. It's not an example of a revolutionary change for this person in his life compared to maybe the other stories that we talked about, somebody in their 50s or somebody struggling with a chronic disease, but to that person who has an athletic goal, to be able to reach that goal in such a short period of time and maximize his time at work and at home and in his everyday life and in his extracurricular activities, that's huge for that person. So we're very happy to be able to help people with that as well. Again, we tend to have a lot of executives. So we have some executives that are very busy. They can't always make it in for their treatments. We have an executive that gets an IV anywhere between 1 and 2 days a week. And what's really nice about this is he actually bikes about 300 miles a week, in addition to flying in and out of many states and countries all throughout the month, a very aggressive travel schedule, running multiple businesses, and still trying to keep up with that workout and hunting on the side. And how do we accommodate someone like that wants to get our IVs? Well, we go to his office and we do his IVs while he's in the middle of his conference calls and board meetings. And that is a very nice service to be able to give to your patients. I think the most surprising thing is just the sheer number of people that we see. I mean, we see roughly 12 or more people a day, sometimes 20 people in a day. And it's pretty surprising to me that is how many people in this area in particular, which, we're not New York City, we're not Los Angeles, we're not Miami. How many people right here in Tampa Bay are wanting to get IVs? 250 to 300 people a month. And that's pretty surprising to me, the number of people that are educated on the service that is available and looking for the service.